Okay, we thought it would be a great idea if you could see us actually edit a sentence that might be too long or too short or is missing some metrics and adding some business value. So we've selected 3 sentences from our own resumes that need some touch up. So Danielle, why don't you show us those sentences, and we're going to coach each other, walk each other through how to create a sentence that actually uses the value equation.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So sentence number 1, as it reads right now, we're advocated on behalf of hospital and clinic patients to help with understanding of billing. If we run it through our formula, what have we got? Do we have a past tense verb?
Advocated.
Do we have a metric?
Nope.
No metric. And do we have a pivot word, the equal sign?
2.
All right. So we have one. Now let's ask, do we have the answer to the question that describes why they paid us? What value did it bring? What's the business value?
Well, I was paid to advocate on behalf of patients, basically to help them understand their bills and to answer their questions when they had them.
Okay. Let's expand on that. We're going to kind of work in reverse order. You can do this any way you want, but everything that comes after the 2 should be the value. So let's examine that. Help with understanding of bills. What did that result in? So it's implied that that's a good thing, but if we can be more specific, it will be a stronger message. So what happens when you help with understanding of bills?
Patients have a better experience. They're more likely to pay their bill in the future because they understand the information.
Excellent. So there's an element of customer service and value. I heard a real rich piece in there about they're more apt to pay their bills on time. Okay, so let's put something in there that adds those 2 elements.
Okay.
In fact, it might be taking away. Yeah, go ahead and tell me. Let's watch, see what you come up with. Good. I
Okay.
love that you're putting what you've got aside instead of just deleting it, because you don't want to lose track of that as you're composing.
I had a word in my head and it totally just slipped my mind.
Okay, this is common. Let me help you with some. So you added value by doing 2 things. You created a great customer experience, and you increased the number of increased or decreased the frequency of late payments, perhaps. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I would say that's accurate.
Okay, let's see if we can capture that. While Danielle's writing, I'd like to suggest something that will help speed your composition as you're composing this. And that is to use in Word, or I'm not sure if they have this in Google, use a microphone and just speak it. Because as you just say it, it may not come out perfect, but it captures it and goes speech to text. In fact, I remember this actually has this feature in Google because my son in high school would write his papers by clicking his phone on and speaking into the microphone, and it would write, he would talk into his Gmail application and write his his term papers and things like that, and then he'd go back and edit it. So you remember what it was?
Yeah, yeah. This is where I'm getting hung up. You said about making sure that payments aren't late, and I'm thinking insured is the word that comes to mind, but I know I've already used insured.
Yeah. Okay, great. That's valuable. So accelerate. This is great learning. So accelerate, or go to a thesaurus and type in the word that you're trying not to use, and go get another word. This will expand your vocabulary and also enrich the reading experience. Do you see one you like? And you could dig down on this a couple of times.
I'm wondering about maybe saying to create a pleasant customer service experience and establish relationships for future.
Okay. I'm going to comment here and say that's what a pleasant customer experience is. So we've got 2, we're getting wordy, so and we're saying the same thing. So I would pick one and stick with that. Customer service is going to probably create more hits in an automatic scanning service. And so I would say stick with that, but then let's develop this payment piece, because that's where the value there, that's a large portion. And how about encourage quick payment or remove the roadblock? Yeah, encourage timely payments. We're going to keep it brief, and I think that sends the right message, right? Okay, so what are we missing now? We have the two, what, so, and we got the equal sign. So what are we missing?
It's like we're missing a metric.
Yes. Okay. Can you think of how many patients you talked to a day, or how many calls you made, or how many patients there were that needed this service? Can you quantify how frequently, how many, how often you did this?
I would say I talked to at least 10 people a day.
Okay, good. That gives me an idea of the effort that went into this.
Maybe I can say advocated daily on behalf of 10 plus.
You can get rid of hospital and just say patients. We know we're talking about a hospital, so we can probably take that out. Good, excellent. I think you've got it. There might be some wordsmithing we could do, like advocated on behalf of 10 patients a day would make a little bit more sense to me, to create a pleasant creating a providing high customer service and encouraging timely payments. Now I'm thinking maybe we just pull out the pleasant customer service and encourage timely payments. It might even be stronger with that. So you could play with that a little bit more, but I think we've nailed that one. Let's go on to the next one. All right. Let's do this technical one, the long one. So this one I see right now is long, and I see a metric. I don't know if I see an equal sign yet, and I can already tell that we're missing something else, that past tense verb, right? Not only that, it's a sentence fragment. I can tell that right now. So this is a run-on sentence fragment that is missing two of the key elements. It's a mess. So let's see what we can do. I can also see that it's got a ton of jargon in there that we might be able to simplify. So I'm going to read it. I'm going to share with you what I'm doing. I'm going to read it to see what it really means. So further leveraging our virtual server storage platform, productization of 7 separate virtual data centers, eliminate the need for a separate physical data center, both on and off campus, blah, blah. I get tired of reading this. Without denying the autonomy demanded by college and department administrations. Okay, so if that sounds like gibberish to me, I'm sure it sounds like gibberish to everybody else. I think what this is actually saying is we served by consolidating data centers. We served the department administrations by leveraging virtualization. Let's just start with that. Yep, served department administration by leveraging 7 virtual data centers.
And now this is where we want to use the actual numbers instead of typing out the number 7.
That's right. Now, if you do have a lot of numbers, you can actually type out 100 or 7 or something like that. But typically you want to use the digits because those are easily recognizable.
Okay.
Okay, so that's round 1. You can tell that this is an iterative process. Thank you for sticking with this video. I hope it's encouraging you that this is not, it's just not a once and done. It takes a little bit of massaging, and it even helps to have someone coach you with this that can give you some ideas. Okay, so we have our number and we have our past tense verb. We're 2/3 of the way there. So let's try this. Saved $1 million while honoring the autonomy demanded by college administrations. Do you want to start typing that for me?
Yeah, so am I starting a new sentence here?
Yep. We're just going to start. We're going to just show the iteration. Save 1 million of of university funds by leveraging virtual data center technology.
Now I'm noticing that that's a repeat of your first sentence.
Yep. In fact, put that on the next line. Yep. Just carriage return right there. Perfect. I think that actually tells the story very succinctly, and we eliminated a lot of junk. Does that tell me if you think that honors the formula and tells the story?
This second sentence here.
Yep. Yep. Our third try.
Yeah, I think that's even better. And now I'd love to know what the business value is.
Okay. Let me share with you what it is. So the business value is saving the university $10,000 to $1 million of university funds. The equal sign is buy, and the action was leveraging virtual data center technology. So this one is actually backwards. I gave you the business value first, the metric second, and then the past tense verb. That makes sense. The past tense verb is the object of the sentence is leveraging virtual data center technology, even though it says saved. So we kind of get it in both sides. We saved, which is what we did. $1 million is the metric. The equal sign is by, and the virtual leveraging virtual data center technology was the actual action. So we actually honored the formula, but we actually did it backwards, and that's fair. You can do that. Can you see all the elements there?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So this is a great example of reducing all the words down to a very concise statement of value. I'm eating my own dog food here. I'm much happier than reading an entire reading this than an entire paragraph with a bunch of gibberish. I'm being kind of critical of myself, but boy, that is a lot to take in. And it's really hiding the real message of saving the university $1 million. Okay, can you do this?
With that equation, I think I'll be set.
Okay, good. It takes a little practice. Let me give you a bonus tip. Not every single line in the explanation needs this treatment, but I would give it 2 out of 3. Not only for the practice, but so that you can tell your story concisely. If you can do it on paper, then you can tell the story with a little more deep detail, perhaps, if an interviewer asks, but you have the data right there that communicates very quickly your value and your understanding of how to gain that value and provide it for your company. One more bonus tip. This is important to understand. The value that you bring to a company is about 4 to 5 times your salary, including benefits. So if you're hired for $100,000 and you got $50,000 worth of benefits, the value that you need to bring to a company is about 5 times that number. So $450,000 to $600,000 for you to be a profitable addition to the company. So that's how you can quantify it. That's why it's important. They're going to be doing the math to see if you're capable of generating 4 to 5 times the salary that they're going to pay you. All right. If you can do that, or 10 times, you're going to get hired. Excellent piece. Let's go on to the next one.